open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you all are having a lovely day today. So today we are back at the channel with another speed build, but before I am gonna jump into the video, I do want to give you guys a little heads up. I just bought a puppy, or like a week ago, and she doesn't want to go away from me. She keeps barking, so I have her here on my lap. So if you hear like little noises or little sniffing noises, it's my dog. She's sitting on my lap, and those are the interference that you are hearing. So sorry about that, but I just cannot help it. She only wants to sit with me, and she's like really tiny, so that's why. Anyways, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you all are having a lovely day. Today is a Thursday here in Belgium. I have a free day, and I thought, let me show you guys the progress that I've made on this modern build that I've been working on for almost 2.5 weeks now. So I'm very proud of what I did. It's like 90% done. I still need to furnish 2 bedrooms. So yes, this is part 1. There will be a part 2. No worries. It's just a very large build with, I do try to pack in a lot of detail, and that's why it's a 2-part series. So I'm hoping that you guys are gonna enjoy this as much as I enjoyed building this. So this is the first modern build that I've done in a while. I think in like 6 or 7 weeks. So it's been a while since I've done something like modern, and I really enjoyed myself going back to my modern roots, and I had just a lot of fun with the shape. So we are working on a 50 by 40 size lot in Newcrest at the moment. This is not a mansion, by the way. It is as large as a mansion. It has as many bedrooms as a mansion, but it's not a mansion. It's actually a 2 houses under, not really one roof, but it's just 2 houses right next to each other. I'm trying to keep them in the same kind of style, but also make them look a little bit different. I mean, that is what I was going for. And originally when I started building this building, I was like, oh, let's build something quick. Let's do 2 small houses right next to each other, you know, have this all done in one day and give you guys a really nice little video. So that was the setup that I started building this, but it was like really large. I should have probably went for a smaller lot, but then the feel and shape that I wanted didn't really come to its right. So yeah, it's larger than I anticipated, but it's fine. I think it looks really fun and nice, and I cannot wait to play with it. So yeah, so in this part we're only doing exterior. I also do floor planning in this part as well, so I don't cut out floor planning. I kept it all in. The entire progress of me doing the exterior shell, doing the floor planning, I actually keep all the footage in so that you guys could really see where my struggle points were, and that was the floor plan. Because I knew that I wanted to make it as functional as possible, but not make the exterior look weird, because sometimes you do like, you start with the floor plan and then your exterior looks weird. And this time I wanted to do floor plan and exterior at the same time. So there's a lot of back and forth of me going in and out of the building. But in the overall end, I think the shape is really, really fun. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the shape, the concept, the materials that I used. I would love to hear your feedback about the build. So yeah, just so that you know. So anyways, it's been, I think, a week and a half now since I've done my last video, and that was actually a Let's Build a Farm series. Yeah, I think we did a part of the Let's Build a Farm series, but the actual speed build has been like 4 weeks ago. So yeah, it's nice being back talking to you guys. As you guys know, I've been really busy with my new job. This is the 3rd week that I'm working there, and I have to say week 1 was really fun. I got to meet all of my colleagues, and then just, you know, learned how to do like the basic stuff in week 1, and that was like really fun. But week 2 that was a hellish week. You guys haven't seen me on Twitter that entire week, and this week as well. It was like a really hard week for me, because that's when it hit me that I'm actually working for a mega big company with all these rules, and I'm like really accustomed to a tiny company where I knew everything, you know, the rules were really flexible. So in week 2 it hit me hard, like, okay, Mona, you need to step up your game. You're not working for a small company anymore. You need to really bring it. So I had a little bit of a low point last week, and I didn't even know if I wanted to continue working there, because I felt like I wasn't living up to the potential that I had, and I wasn't living up to anyone's expectation. So I was really bummed out last week, but this week started out much better. I am not as depressed. I was really depressed last week, but I could really find some peace this week. I could find some ease in the fact that yes, this is a large company. Yes, there is a lot of pressure. They expect so many great things from me, but I needed to really, you know, just give it a little place in my mind, but not focus on it too much. Because if I focus too much on how do you say it? Living up to expectations, I knew I was gonna fail. So that has been this week. I've been taking a step back at work, really looking at what I'm doing, trying not to go too fast, because I'm a person, when I start something, I want to know everything, like quick. I want to be into the loop. I want to know everything, you know. I really know-it-all. I cannot help it. And I needed to step back from that, because Rome hasn't not been built in one day. So of course I'm not gonna learn this job in one day. It's just not realistic, and that is something that I needed to tell myself a couple of times this week. But I do feel that because I took a step back in trying to push myself, I actually made more progress in my work. So yeah, this week is a better week, and that's why there's also a video this week, because I was so stressed out. I didn't want to do any videos, and I also got this new little puppy from my husband. He really saw that I was so bummed out and like so sad about my new job, that he bought me a Pomeranian. I don't know if you guys know that dog. You probably do. I'm probably just saying the name wrong, but it's a mini Pomeranian. He is, or she is now 5.5 months old. Her name is Coco. And it's so strange, because when we picked her up at the it's not at the vet, it was like a farm. I picked her up at a farm. It was a farm where my sister-in-law also bought her 2 horses and her dog as well. Not a golden retriever. It looks like a golden retriever, but it's like smaller. I don't know how the breed is called. But anyways, I've picked up Coco there, and I immediately when I saw her and she saw me, her little tail went up and she just beelined right straight in my hands. You know, she jumped up. I picked her up and it was love at first sight. I knew I wanted her, and I actually was gonna, you know, maybe look at some other places where I knew they had like some puppies. I actually didn't really know what kind of type of dog I wanted. I knew I wanted a small dog. That's definitely something that I knew, but I didn't knew that it was gonna be her, you know, and she's so adorable. I did put up a picture of her and my youngest daughter on Twitter. So if you want to see the picture, go to Twitter. I will probably be tweeting lots more photos when I settle down into work. I will be tweeting more and building more when I settle down into work. So yeah, anyways, I have a new puppy and I just wanted to share how happy I am with her. And she was a gift from my husband, and I have to say my husband is like the best husband in the world. I cannot complain about him. I mean, he buys all my expansion packs and game packs for me for my birthday, Valentine's Day. He buys them all. He gives me, yeah, he just does everything for me to make me happy. So yeah, he's like the best husband ever. But anyways, that's what I've been doing the last couple of days. I've been stressing about work, surprise, and I've been taking care of my puppy Coco. So that's where I have been. But I'm hoping now that the terrain, how do you call it? Anyways, I'm hoping that with the new terrain adjusting tool, or however you call it, that is probably gonna come out November-ish, maybe December. I'm not sure. They actually didn't announce a date, but I think like in a month or two it will come out, and I hope by then I have my, you know, my shit together and I can make more content for you guys. But I'm so excited. I actually was watching the live stream. How many of you guys were watching the live stream and were thinking like, this is kind of boring, a new career? I mean, the career sounded fun. Like James Turner from The Sim Supply said, it would be fun to make over all the townies in the world. But knowing me, I have a really low expansion, a really low kind of, you know, I cannot focus on something for a very long time. That's also why I built like 20 buildings at the same time. I start a build, and then after an hour I'm bored of it, I start another build. That is how I build. I build like multiple things at the same time, and that's also with gameplay. So I don't know if I'm gonna, you know, have the extension span to really make over all the townies. Probably not. So it wasn't really calling me, the new updates, and I was kind of feeling bummed about the live stream, and I actually wanted to turn off the live stream until I think Sim Guru Romeo went and, you know, messed with the game, showed us very, you know, with no words, he just showed us the terrain editing tool. And I was like over the moon, so excited. And now I cannot wait to build, you know, a house with a mountain slope, a real garage. Not a real garage because we don't have garages, but, you know, a garage without painting the foundation so that it looks like it's kind of connected when you use a foundation. You know what I mean? Now I can make a sloped up garage section. I mean, I'm hoping that I can do that, but I think I can. But yeah, there's so many new things that we can do with the new update that is coming. So I'm also very excited about that. So yeah, lots of excited things coming. And of course, it's not spring, Mona. It's fall. It's autumn at this point. So I love this time of year. Halloween is coming, which I'm very excited about. Then Christmas is coming, so it's gonna be a lot of fun these couple of months that are coming up. So yeah, very excited about that. Anyways, as you guys can see, the house is taking shape. I love the swimming pool, the house on the right now. So with the open swimming pool, you know, the opening up windows that I make, they need to resemble doors, by the way. But we don't have, you know, doors that you can place on a, you know, a edge, or how do you say it, like it looks like they're open. We don't have that, so I just thought, let's do it with windows. And I think it looks really nice. I do connect that swimming pool with a indoor kind of pool area where there's like a lounge bar and, you know, all that jazz. So it is very easy accessible. I think I also added in a diving board, but I'm not sure. But I'm just loving that pool. And for the interior design, so for furnishing the two houses, I am going both ways with a little bit of a modern flair. The right house, you know, with the swimming pool, now the left side, is gonna be more mixed traditional and modern, but the right house right here that I'm working on is gonna be more modern, so like real modern, and you know what I mean. So there is gonna be a difference with furnishing, so that it's really extinct two separate homes, and I'm so excited about that. And then I'm also trying to implement, you know, some little bold colors like I always do, but then also tone it down with grays, browns, you know, a lot of neutrals. So I'm very excited for the next part that I'm gonna show you guys the interior design. Anyways, this is like really taking a very long time. Like I said, I've worked really long on the exterior and the floor plan. So here I'm trying to decide how many bedrooms I want to add in, where all the staircases wanted to go. And here I had like a little epiphany. Why not make a little loft kind of bedroom within the two houses? So here I'm trying to make a loft, you know, adding in a balcony, and that is actually, I'm thinking on making that like a teen bedroom, or either one of the master bedrooms. I'm not sure. I have already furnished it, so I know how it looks, but I'm still very indecisive which bedroom should be the master bedroom. And I will tell you guys about that a little bit more, of course, in the second part of this build. And I'm loving the little skylights, you guys. They are looking so amazing. Usually I've always made them with the dance floors. As you guys know, if you are following me, my builds for a long time now, you know I make little skylights with the dance floor, which looks really cool. You know, I really do like how that look. But with the, how do you call it again? Mona, how do you call it? The roofing, the glass roof. You can really make, you know, weird shapes like I did on, you know, on the house, with like a sloping roof and such like that. You can do so many fun things with the roofing, and I'm really loving this house for the roofing. It really does look very modern. Definitely, I don't know, could something like this exist in real life? It probably could. I think it does. It would be hella expensive though to live in a house like this. So here I'm separating the front yards, trying to decide how I'm gonna do it. And I think we're gonna jump into landscaping in a little bit. So yeah, I think the exterior shape is now done. Like I said, it was a lot of work. And then here I'm trying to decide how we're gonna fence everything off. You know, it needed to look nice from the exterior, but I do want it to use, you know, more of a modern looking fences overall. And I think I'm using two different fences in the end. And then here, of course, doing some windowing, because I didn't have all my windows in as well. But yeah, that's basically it for this little section. It's coming along so nicely. I'm loving it so much. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, what have you guys been up to? I haven't been talking to any of you guys lately, which is kind of sad, because usually I do talk a lot about, you know, with you guys either on Twitter or on my Instagram DMs, and I've been so preoccupied. But let me know in the comments moments. What were you doing? What were you guys doing? You know, were you going back to school? Were you working? Or maybe you don't work. I don't know. But yeah, are you enjoying the fall or the autumn time right now? Are the leaves turning where you're living? At this point, the leaves are turning here. Everything is going this really beautiful kind of red color, which I think is amazing. But we still have a lot of sunshine as well, which is awesome. So I'm really enjoying taking very long walk with my, with my little Coco. And he enjoys it as well. And the funny thing is when I'm walking the dog, the cats actually follow us. So I don't know if you guys know it, you probably do, but I have 5 cats. Their names are Stitch, Kitty, London, Rosia, and Tiger. And when I go walking with Coco, usually 1 or 2 always follow us, and they always alternate. Sometimes it's London and Stitch, sometimes it's Kitty. It really depends, but they always follow us throughout the entire walk. They're just really curious who their new sister is. But on the inside here in the house, they don't really fight, but Coco gets really playful. So what he does is when he sees one of the cats, he starts wagging his tail and barking and getting really in the playing mood. So he would shuffle his feet like, okay, let's go, let's play. And the cats, they're like, what are you doing? Why are you making that noise? And get away from me. But then when he calms down, they come back to look at Coco and sniff him a little bit, and then he gets excited, and that's like the little circle that we're at home. And sometimes it gets like really annoying and I just throw the cats out and like, go catch some mice, which is fine. I mean, they like to go outside when the sun is shining, but when it's raining, all 5 of them are inside. So it's gonna be a little bit of a tight squeeze in my living room, having 5 cats and a dog, but I think we can manage because Coco is like smaller than the cats. So I think it's gonna be fine. The cats aren't allowed upstairs though. Coco is allowed only in the office area. So I can keep Coco upstairs when it gets too crowded. I mean, I'm up here like all the time, so Coco's here as well. So yeah, that is actually how it's going with the cats at this point. It's like, I don't know. I think it's going well. I think it is. I mean, they will let me know when they're not happy. Usually when they're not happy, they nag me the entire time. So they come to me and they put their little paws on my feet and on my leg like Mona, get rid of the dog, but they're not doing that. They're like really curious and not that annoying. So I think it's going good. Fingers crossed. Anyways, the front of the house is taking shape and I'm loving the little front yard, you guys. I don't know how I can explain it, but they look really clean but still fun. I'm loving the landscaping that I did at the front, and then also the little fountain. Did I already do the fountain? I'm not sure. Yeah, I did the little fountain there on the left side. I am gonna add in a bit more stuff in there that it looks really nice. But I think it looks really good. And I'm starting with the exterior paint. So I wanted to keep it in the neutrals. So some browns, grays, whites, all that jazz. Keep it really neutral, very modern. I just really liked my exterior builds like this. Sometimes I will add in maybe a blue color or orange or yellow on my exteriors. But that is definitely something that I don't do a lot. I just like to use more neutral colors like grays, browns, and whites. And then let the... Oops. Coco, she sneezed. Anyways, I really like to let the landscaper, Mona, let the landscaping speak more for the exterior, and I think it looks nice. So yeah, that is basically what I'm doing here now. I'm trying to implement different colors, different textures, so that it doesn't look flat. So I didn't want to go for like a all white wallpaper. I do try to experiment with the texture, so I'm using like a brick wallpaper, and then more of a darker gray brick, and a wooden wallpaper. So there's definitely variation in the textures on the exterior, and I think the textures also make the house work really well. So yeah, anyways, I think we're almost doing the backyard furnishing, and for the backyard, I really try to focus on making it different but still making it look cohesive, which is kind of hard because you want a distinct kind of feeling, like these are two houses. They're definitely not the same, but they're kind of the same because it's made by the same architect, if you know what I mean. So the architect made the entire building and split it up in half, so that's why it looks, you know, really the same. But the architect also wanted to give both houses an own personality, and that's why they have like different shaped houses within the same texture and style. And I think it looks really nice. I'm definitely loving this. I'm already thinking about doing this, but then in a traditional kind of vibe. I think that would be really fun. Or maybe just build an entire street or neighborhood on like a 64 by 64. Wouldn't that be really fun to do? I don't know. I mean, I'm always brainstorming, and usually I find so many fun things to do and then I don't have time to do them. But still, that would be really fun to make like a little street with tiny houses that all look the same but are different, you know? Anyways, what am I doing here? I'm trying to decide how I want to, you know, make this backyard work. So that is what I'm doing right now. Also adding in some more terrain paint. I'm really all over the place with this build. I do have to admit that. I'm like, you know, doing terrain painting, then a little bit of roofing, then a little bit of landscaping. But I think it's looking really fun. For this second part, I am furnishing everything. So I will be cutting a little bit of footage there. I didn't cut any footage here, but for the second part I will be cutting some footage out, so probably the bathrooms and such stuff like that, you know, tiny things that aren't important, because if I look at the footage now, I have 8 hours of furnishing. Yeah. 8 hours, that is like too much, Mona, and I knew it was too much when I was doing it. And the sad part is I'm actually not done. I have more, I think an hour more furnishing left for this build. But I really was thinking so hard on how I wanted to furnish everything, and then every little detail needed to be perfect, that it took me 8 hours to do both of the first floors and one of the entire second floor, and then that's it. So I need to do one more second floor and an attic area. So a lot of work still needs to be done for part 2, but I'm really confident that I'm not gonna keep you waiting like 3 more weeks, probably a few days, and then, you know, that part will be ready as well. So yeah, that is basically it. We're like almost at the end of the video, just doing some last minute, you know, landscaping, trying to decide what to do with that little section there, and then we are done. So yeah, let me know again in the comments down below what you guys thought about the build. You know, just some constructive criticism would be really nice. Also for the people who are watching the Let's Build a Farm series, a second part will be coming very shortly, or a second part, I think part 9. Part 9 will be coming very shortly, so keep an eye on Twitter if you want an announcement, or either just, you know, turn on your notifications for the next video. And it will be coming soon. I'm hoping to record it this night when I have more hands free, because I only have one hand now. But I'm hoping tonight when my husband is home, he can take Coco, and then I can record a part 9 of the Let's Build a Farm series and have that up for you guys this weekend. Because this weekend I'm actually not at home. I'm surviving with my colleagues. I'm just really scared because, I mean, I am like a person that loves to work out, but surviving is like a whole nother ball game, because then you're in the wilderness, you know, with no no means to contact anyone in the world, because it is the point that we leave our cell phones behind, really go surviving for the weekend and bond as colleagues. So it's gonna be very interesting to have no phone, no interaction with anyone, and then only interacting with my colleagues. So yeah, hoping that I'm gonna make it home. Anyways, we're almost at the end of the video. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave your likes, of course. I'm always saying it, but it's very important for the channel. I do want to grow it, although I don't upload that much. I do want to grow it and to, you know, make more videos and to have more subscribers, you know, because I really enjoy what I'm doing, although I'm not doing it as frequently as I do. So please subscribe and hit the notification bell if this is like the first video that you are seeing from me. And again, sorry for babbling so much about my private life. Usually I don't do that, but this part, you know, I haven't seen you guys in a long time, so I had a lot of new stuff to say. But yeah, that is basically it. I'm hoping that you all are having a lovely, lovely day wherever you are, and hopefully I will see you all in the next part. And yeah, that's it. Bye bye.